Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Hey, so today I'm going to be working on a section of my front floor panel and the inner rocker, and also a small section of the rear floor panel. So first, before I get into the video, I want to thank everyone for coming and watching my YouTube videos and everything since the last video that I put out. I've had quite a few more subscribers and a lot more viewers and everything. I want to just put that out and thank y'all for all that you've done for my channel. And let's get to the video and show you all what I'm doing today. All right, so now we're ready to start working on this front piece, this floor panel right here. Most of it is good, but there's a little piece right in here that I'm gonna have to cut out. So I'm just gonna start grinding down along this side to kind of separate the floor from the A-pillar here. So there you can see for sure that it has been pretty rusty down in there. Now we're dealing with the same thing that we had to on the back side. This brace going from down underneath here coming up on an angle has been capped over like the one that I showed you back there. So these bolts right here are underneath the cap because they just capped the brace over instead of taking it out and fixing it right like it should have been. So now I'm gonna have to go ahead and cut that whole brace out that's in underneath here. Let me see if I can show you where it's at. Okay, there, you might be able to see it. So it's this brace right here going along here. There's another one on the inside of that one, and they just popped one over the outside and tack welded it on there. As you can see right there on the edges, they just tacked it on there just to hold it. So that brace, as you can see right here, is covering up these bolt holes right here. So I can't get on the inside to take the old one loose, and it's probably rusted out anyway. All right, so now I was able to cut the welds on that brace, and let me see if I can pull that thing right on out of here. All right, so there we go. We got that pop-on brace out, and as you can see, we can get to our bolts and keep going with it. All right, so there you got it. That's what I'm planning on doing. Cutting right with that mark and just taking that little section out. So there, it came through the brace on this side, and then I just started cutting on over this way, and I'm gonna have to get in there and cut it all the way out to the edge. And then right here by this A-pillar, so that floor piece comes over and it bends down against this piece that goes up this way. So I'm gonna have to take right there by that indentation is a spot weld. I'm gonna have to take a drill and drill through that spot weld, so I'll be able to get this floor panel from the back sight out of there to get the new piece in. All right, so I got all of this cut all the way back through there. Back here in the back, the only way I was able to get it was to get a saw because my grinder wouldn't fit all the way in there. And I just cut that all the way back, as you can see here on the outside. Let me see, right there. I just cut it back to where it needed to go. I didn't want to cut this little flange right here. So this is where the spot weld was. I could get in there with my saw and just cut the inside piece off. Right there, I nicked it just a little bit, but I can just close that up with the welder and grind it all down and make it look real good. So that's all ready to go. You're either gonna have to take your brace loose somehow, like grind the welds off and stuff off of the floor panel, or else if you're changing the blade, the brace, the easiest thing was for me to do was stick my saw right down here through this cut and just take a blade and cut all the way through the brace. And that way, whenever I take my bolts out, this thing will just drop right out of there because that brace has already been cut right in there. As you can see, right there's a piece of the brace that was in there, and this just comes right on out. So depending what kind of piece you get, if you get a really more expensive piece, you can get them with the holes pre-drilled already, like these 4 holes. But with the piece that I have, I don't have that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set this piece on top and drill it out and fit it in there and make sure it matches up with the bolt holes right here and here, there and there. And then also this piece right here is going to be changed after I get this floor in there, but I want to make sure that the holes and everything are matching with this piece. And then once I got all of that matching, I can go ahead and cut this off from my next piece for this A-pillar piece right here, and that way I'll still be lined up. All right, so we got a little bit done since you seen it last. I didn't really get a video of me welding in it or anything, but I got the new panel piece in there, and I got it fairly close to welded. I still got quite a bit of grinding to do. All right, so this is not going to be black or anything. We're just going to spray it on there just to keep it from rusting, and it really doesn't matter what color. So here we go. All right, so there is what we did yesterday, and there is what we did today. All right, so now that we got the front and the back piece all in there, we're ready to go ahead and replace this whole section right here, this inner rocker panel section. And if I would do this over again, I would probably go ahead and get a whole section that goes all the way back here, like this back floor section, all the way up through here, all the way up to the front end. because that would make it a lot easier than trying to splice all this stuff together. Plus it comes with your holes drilled and everything is a lot more specific there. I had to do a good bit of work on getting this all to line up right. So that's probably what I'll do next time, maybe even on the other side there, because it's just a lot of work. But for this side, since I've got it this far, I'm just gonna go ahead and put in this little piece right here. This is gonna be the section that I'm gonna need to put in here as my inner rocker. It'll just butt up right against it like that, and I'll just go ahead and cut this flange off because this is the full size rocker and I won't need it because of the floor piece that I put in. It had part of the inner rocker on it, so I'll just have to cut it off wherever it's excess there. I might want to go ahead and grind that off a little bit first, so I'm not trying to mark on this rust and stuff. It's just gonna make it a lot easier if I grind that down a little bit. So let's get that done first. So the wire brush, it was stiff enough to where it kind of knocked out the rust along here. So I'm able to see better where it's actually bad, where it's actually rusted out already, and where it's not. So I'll kind of have to gauge off of wherever the highest rust is and cut it from there on. So it looks like 1/2 inch is gonna work there. Come on back here and see, about right there. Yeah, I think 1/2 inch is gonna work all the way through. So let me just go ahead and mark that and put a line through there from front to back. It's kind of hard to hold my tape measure to where it's gonna look good. Let me see. There. Come back here. Like 1/2 inch right there. Okay, so I'm just gonna mark it from here back. Oh yeah. All right. Got that. Go ahead and hold it up to it. that was a 1/2 inch, but because of my bend, it's kind of hard to tell. But I think that's gonna be really, really close. And like always, go just a little bit extra. Like make it a little extra long before too short. And you can always trim it off a little bit. So let's go see how this fits. That fits perfect. Let me go ahead and get all these barbs off and grind or sand off the paint along there. And I'm gonna have to do the same on the inside here all the way through, just for my weld to hold very well. So let's get that done and see how it works. All right, so that all looks nice and shiny all the way through there, and that wire brush actually took off all the burrs from me cutting it as well, so it looks really nice and smooth now. All right, so now I'm ready to get started with my welding project now that I got everything cleaned off and ready to start welding. So let's get to it and see what happens. All right, so there I got some spot welds all the way along that edge. So I'm gonna go ahead and grind that all off now. Grind it down anyway, and continue spot welding until I get the whole thing filled in. All right, so I got quite a bit of the grinding done. I got a nice weld all the way along that side, and I got quite a bit of the grinding done, but I'm gonna have to grind down some more, and we're gonna go ahead and do that now. It is looking pretty good. Let me see if I can get it to focus on that. There we go. It's a nice weld job all the way along there. I'm gonna go ahead and paint it as quick as I get done with these edges, because I haven't welded them edges yet. Got to get them in where they need to go and weld that, and then we'll go ahead and paint it, and it'll be done for that right there. All right, so now that we got that all in there and painted, got the front, we got the inner rocker and the back cab floor piece, and now I'm gonna go ahead and take out this little rust spot. It's the only little rust spot in this floor. It's just right in there on this back panel piece. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut out just a little section right there and weld it in there. So let's get to it and get that cut out. So there's a spot weld right there that I'm going to try to drill through. All right, so here we go. See if this will fit. It's this way. I appreciate y'all watching my video again. I also have a Facebook account and an Instagram account. So if y'all want to stay tuned a little more closely on what I'm doing every day, I post things besides the videos that I put here on YouTube. I kind of give a heads up of what's coming out on YouTube before I post it on YouTube. So if y'all want to follow that, just check out my link in the next page.